I swear before this is all over with, Andy is going to be working at McDonald's. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Sistas. This is season 1, episode 6. As I said before, I just believe that the way things are going, before we are completely done with this, our girl Andy gonna be working fries or flipping burgers or doing something completely different than what it is that she spent all this money and all this time going to school for. I swear. We're gonna start right here. They called her to come to the office. She goes to the office. And here the wife is. And she's basically groveling. And the reason why the boss had told her to get her stuff is because they're taking her case. She's basically coming back, and she said, she started to go to a different law firm because she was so embarrassed about coming in the way she did and then turning around and saying, oh, no, everything's fine. And then now here she is back, where the man then he literally has walked out and left her. So they went back and forth, and there was 2 other partners in the room, and Andy's like, well, I don't know. Well, maybe, she was real, and her boss was like, no, and so she says, do you mind waiting in my office for me? We'll go talk. And the two other partners, her boss, excused them from the room, and then they get to going back and forth. Now the boss, again, I think he does like Andy. I'm still holding on to that. I think he likes her, but he don't have a lot of ethics. He ain't got a lot of integrity, and he's about a dollar bill. And I guess as long as it can be good, he'll keep her with him. But it's people like that you have to watch out for, because those are the same people that will throw you under the bus before the bus hits them. So you got to watch yourself with people like that. But he went into this whole thing about, I just want you to do your job. Just do your damn job, period. I don't want to hear nothing about all that. Then basically threatened her and told her, you took the case originally. You accepted it originally, which you would already be disbarred. So I want you to do your damn job, period. And she's like, but I told you. He said, so you dated the guy a long time ago. She's like, I never told you it was a long time ago. I never said that. And he said, you never said anything. And she wasn't really catching it. I caught it, but she wasn't really catching it. And she said again, I told you in the beginning. He's like, no, you didn't. You never told me anything. I said, girl, that's a threat. Either you go handle the case. If they lose the money, you're going to lose everything, because he's going to flip over on you. And he said, do you see where his net worth is? Get it done. Get it done. We get 1/3 of that. Get it done. I said, oh. She gets 1/2 of it. We get 1/3. Get it done. Do your damn job. I said, oh my. So she goes back in the room, and again, Andy's so afraid of being found out by the wife. She says, and Child's going to go down, because first of all, the husband got a leaky mouth. And the wife is not, she just grieving right now, grieving the death of her marriage. She ain't stupid. She not stupid, but this going to get interesting. But I think it's going to all end up down to the McDonald's. But anyway, she comes in and she takes the ring off and says, I might as well give it to you now because it was yours. Honey, and Andy's sitting there looking like she done got busted. I said, girl, you going to mess around and tell on your damn self. And she's like, no, I'm just saying, like, I'm going to have to pay, so I might as well start paying now. She's just a message. And she started talking, and she was saying, I don't know what he did. I don't know what I did. And I bet he's just leaving me for some old $5 whore. I said, no, about 20. But, hey, girl, it is what it is. It is what it is. So she ends up asking, did you have proof of this, proof of that? All this other shit that really has to do with her. And she told her, give me the information for the private detective that you use. I said, well, listen, I mean, it is what it is, girl. Everybody seems to be ahead of you, so you're behind the eight ball at this point. You might as well get your ducks lined up to be able to fight for yourself, because ain't nobody fighting for you at this point. So, a mess. And when he figures out that he can't manipulate her into screwing the wife, he gonna get you, girl. Anyway, moving on. So Sabrina, um, Danny comes to Sabrina's job, and it's this whole thing really about Zach, and she just, yeah, she's distraught about the whole thing. And she runs into Maurice. Now, her and Maurice got some type of something that went on at a New Year's party that they mentioned, but he told her, I hate you. I can't stand you. And she was like, go do your job. And they was going back and forth. I said, well, I want to hear more about that. He kept telling her, I'm still a man. Something. Stanley done did something to him. She done did something to him. And I said, Lord, I'm thinking I want to know. Do I want to know? Because everything that comes in to play with this character, Tyler generally pisses me off. Because it be so stereotypical and so petty. And just leaves him looking in a bad light all the time. So I don't know. But anyway, I might want to know. I might not. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. She tells her, Zach came on to me, and all of that. And she said, girl, you need to talk to him while he's sober. You run around and give people drugs that ain't nobody got no business having. So you need to talk to him while he's sober. Now get on out of here so I can do my job. So that was that. So then Andy's sitting there, and now the wife that left. Now in comes Aaron with his mess. And he wants a divorce, but he wants it today. I already have the papers. She already signed them. She's like, well, are they notarized? He's like, no, don't you got somebody around here that can do that? I want the divorce today. I can call her and have her down here in 30 minutes. I want the divorce today. I was like, oh my. So, she back and forth on the phone with Karen. And Karen's like, oh my God, he's serious. This is nothing any other. Child. He ends up getting that woman to come down there. That wife come down there. A whole mess. And truly, Andy shouldn't have did it, because they keep explaining, it could be said that she filed the papers or signed the papers under duress. And that's completely what it really was. I mean, because he's like hollering at her and carrying on. And I was like, oh my. But she went ahead and she signed it. And he told her, he said, yeah, will you allow me to work on it or try to work on it? I went and seen her. He's like, what do you mean? I went and seen her, and she said she'll give me 6 months to try to make this right, this, that, the other. He gonna say, do you hear that? Do you hear that? She went to see your friend. Your friend. I'm not dating her. That was one date. I'm not with her. It was one date. I said, here we go again, Andy. Now that white woman gonna get you. Because all that right now, she's under duress and being forced to sign papers and get them notarized there in your office. And meanwhile, you're the lawyer that's handling it. And it's your friend who's screwing her husband. And you're performing the divorce. This quick divorce. Again, girl, you're not looking good on ethics or on integrity. All of this shit, McDonald's, girl, McDonald's. You're on your way. I'm telling you, Burger King at best. You're on your way down the ladder of success. I'm telling you, just keep it up. Anyway, so she says, "You're going to give me a chance to work on it." He said, "Sure." So she signs the papers, and he says, "Okay, fine." And he's sitting there and he get ready to get up. And she said, so that's it? We're divorced? She said, yeah, I'm going to file it. I'll file it with the courts, and that's it. And she's like, okay. She said, so when will I see you? When will I start to work on it? When will I see you? He said, you can see me when I come to pick up my kids. And she said, yeah. And other than that, when will I see you? He said, you'll see me when I can no longer see, when I can, wait. He said, you'll see me when I can no longer remember the semen stains on your black blouse. And got up and walked out. I said, oh, girl, it's over. Now listen, she's getting ready to be given single white female, because that's what she is now, a single white female. And I don't think she's all there. I really don't, because she really gives me not all there tease. Honey, her and Miss Karen might have been, listen, we talking about Tyler Perry here. He like a good knockdown drag out. Her and Miss Karen might have to go at it, honey. It might get real television movie Lifetime up in here. Up in chair. Messing with Tyler. Okay, but I'm here for it. I'm here for it because she really gives me psycho. But anyway, he went out and he mean. He mean, child. He's mean too. Anyway. Sabrina and Karen talk about the whole Calvin situation. And she said to him, she said, girl, just ask him. Like, just ask him. That's it. Just ask him. You know, and she's like, but I feel so judgmental. She said, girl, well, his ass does look good, child. A mess. But she said, I feel so judgmental, this, that, and the other. Next thing you know, she go back to work or whatever. Old Calvin come into the bank. He comes into the bank and they start having this conversation, and she's like, well, I couldn't tell about this, and I tried to pull you up, but you just stayed down there. And he's like, no, you didn't. She's like, yes, I did. And she's like, this, that, the other. I wanted you on top of me. And it was a whole mess. It was a whole mess. He says, well, why don't you try using your words? He said, didn't your mother tell you about using your words? My two dads did. Told me about using my words. She's like, well, that was cold. And he's like, I'm sorry. It's like, you know, whatever. He said, listen, whatever. Is there a bathroom around here? I can show you about me being excited and how you make me excited. Is there a bathroom around here? Because my car is in the parking lot. So he being, wait a minute. Now you flipping all the way over and acting the other way. Boy, trifling. He told her, listen, I'll be at your house at 11 o'clock tonight. She said, I'm going out with the girls. He said, that's fine. I'll be there waiting on you. And she said, he's going to tell her and come home a little tipsy and I'll do the rest. I said, oh, well, I guess he said he's going to show you, honey. He's going to show you that he can take charge. I hope you don't have on the pink panties this time. But anyway, we'll see. We'll be watching, honey. Anyway, Danny and Zach, they have this whole exchange. Listen, you know what? Now, y'all know I can't stand Danny's character. But I kept looking at Danny and looking at Danny. Her makeup and her eyelashes are so completely flawless. And I know they're false. They're false because nobody's eyelashes are actually that thick. But whoever is doing her makeup, every time she closed her eyes, I was like, oh my God. It was like literal perfection. They did the shit out of her makeup. I was like, wow. Fierce ass damn eyelashes. But anyway. So come on, Danny. But anyway, she still get on my nerves. But I've heard Zach's going back and forth, so she's all uncomfortable. And he's like, listen. He told her, I'm over Karen. I'm just finished with her. I don't want nothing else from her. She never called. She never, nothing. Like she wouldn't accept my call. I'm done. I'm over it. I'm moving on. She kept saying, no, no, no. She loves you, blah, 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 blah. So later on, he ends up saying that she's right, but he'll take care of it. He's going to go and he's going to handle it his way. He'll take care of it. So let's flip on over to Karen's house. Karen's going home, and as she's walking up, there's Aaron standing outside her house. So they have this little back and forth, and she's telling him, don't come to my house. She's really blowing him off, you know what I mean? Even because, you know, just in general. And she's like, you ain't talked to your friend? And she's like, she can't tell me that information. He's like, right. He said, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to play these games, and I don't know how to be out here doing this. I've been off the market for a very long time. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to go slow. I know how to get what I want. Maybe he yanked her up, honey, and gave her lip lock, and Zach pulled up on his bike. I said, his bike, y'all. I didn't say his motorcycle. I said his bike. That Joker got a 10 speed, honey. He pulled up on the 10 speed, honey, and Aaron was down in Karen's throat. I said, ooh, ooh. So we all know how Aaron works. So you got to deal with Aaron and his insecurities and his madness. And then you got Zach, who is ghetto, who's probably going to want to beat them both up. But it's just a mess. And that's the one thing that Danny told her. Danny told her, congratulations to you. He done divorced her. But girl, don't ever cheat on him. I said, oh, stop. Again, they don't give each other good advice. From what she saw in her office, she should tell her girlfriend to get away from him because he's a mean son of a bitch. So, but, you know, they don't give each other advice like that. He's mean, and he gives me an ass whooping spirit. But whatever. Anyway, that's where it ended, y'all. Catch y'all next week.